জানা না খাদিজা আসবে না আজকে কেমন আছো তুমি আচ্ছা
In fact, I'm waiting for the presence of more students with my class. So far I see only one is present till now. I'm still waiting so that more students can take participation. I don't have any problem, but I'm waiting for more students. Only you are present in my class. I don't see any other students. I'm still waiting. Can you hear me, Mr. Arnish? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please write comments if you hear me or not. I don't have any problem, but only one is present here. Perhaps this is Arnish. Please tell me whether you hear me. Please tell me. No problem. So far, I don't have any problem, but problem is no student in my class. This is the problem. Anyway, as the time is passing away, I don't have any more moments to watch. So I have to go into my class with my topic. As I have already posted the topic that I আমার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছ না? হ্যালো, Hello. হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, I'm waiting. আমার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছো? শুনতে পাচ্ছ না? শুনতে পাচ্ছ? হুম। ঠিক আছে, আমি thank you, Mr. MD Miftahul Islam Joy and another Anamika Hasan. Anamika Hasan, I can hear you. Thank you very much. I'm now going to my class, and my today's topic is how to write a paragraph and a report and the differences of ways to use framing a paragraph and a report. Now I am directly going to my topic lesson. I think you can see. Anyway, I think you can see the topic how to write a paragraph. This is the beginning of my class. First, I want to discuss the rules or the things that we have to follow while writing or developing a paragraph. In fact, when we go to write a paragraph, we use a number of sentences in the body of the paragraph. And it is very interesting that all the sentences actually contribute to the development of the paragraph in a very sequential way. And we know that the beginning of the first sentence that we write in the beginning or at first is called or is known as topic sentence. And this is a very important sentence in the paragraph, because this sentence, the topic sentence, actually extends control over all other sentences that we write in the body. And as I've written in the page or screen, you see a good paragraph ideally consists of 4 types of sentences. They accomplish 4 different functions in developing the paragraph. So 4 specific functions actually are done by the sentences that you write in the body of the paragraph, and you see the specific particular functions that each type of sentence does in the paragraph. Topic sentence actually establishes the topic focus and maintains control over the ideas put in all other sentences. The second type of sentence, developing sentences or developers. These sentences present examples or details of various kinds. And number 3, viewpoints or context modulators. Actually, these are not sentences, but these are words. And in most cases, these are conjunctive adverbs that we know as well as transitional words that makes transition from one sentence to another with the ideas that we write or that we put in developing the paragraph. And you see, provide a smooth transition between different sets of ideas. We know while developing a paragraph, we have to put or write a number of sentences that actually have ideas. So all the ideas are psychologically connected with one another by a very technical word or technical words, and these words are called modulators or viewpoint words, and these are actually conjunctive adverbs like however, but, not only, but also, all these words like this. And then paragraph terminators or conclusion, or finally we come to the conclusion of the paragraph. And when we conclude paragraph, we have to do it very logically. So paragraph terminators actually logically conclude the ideas discussed in the paragraph. So We cannot write any sentence in a paragraph that doesn't have any logical or psychological relation or link with other sentences in the paragraph. Anyway, most important note to understand, there must be one and single topic in a paragraph. It's very important. A paragraph is supposed to develop or focus only one topic, and all sets of ideas put in developers and terminators must maintain a link or connection to the topic. Make sure your sentences follow an orderly sequence so that the readers can follow the development of the controlling idea. So the words or the sentence structures must be very much lucid, understandable. We should not write any sentence that readers find difficult them to understand. So we have to use simple, understandable words and sentence structures. The readers must be able to see that the sentence linked together in a logical pattern to make a connected whole. That means when we have come to the end of a paragraph, there should be an integrated idea focused through the paragraph. That when we come through a paragraph, the readers or we should understand that there is only one idea described, supplemented, and I think argued. So a good paragraph needs connectors, transition words to be organized in a connected and integrated whole. So it's very important, as you know, here are some good transition words. You must able to use them in your paragraph. It's very important to use these words. To introduce an additional idea, if we want to put an idea in support of another idea, in case of the second sentence, we have to use these words or these actually conjunctive adverbs or these connectors or transition words or sentence connectors. In addition, additionally, moreover, besides, furthermore, also, and to, as well, etc. To introduce an example, when we require an example to write in support of an idea put in the paragraph, we have to write before writing the example. For example, for instance, an example of noun like such as, namely, to give an example, to a great example is, a similar example is, etc. To express contrast or introduce an opposite idea, sometimes we need to go for opposite ideas. So when we have to put opposite ideas means the ideas that oppose to the idea that has already been stated in the earlier sentence. In contrast, on the other hand, however, yet, but, nevertheless, nonetheless, although, though, even though, whereas, while, on the contrary, still, in spite of, etc. Number D, to list in order. When we need to give example of some ideas, some articles in a series, we write in this way: first and foremost, first, second, third, next, last, finally, the first, the second, the third, the next, the final, first, about, etc. In this way, we put a list of things. Number E, to introduce a choice or alternative. When we need to put a choice or alternative, we have to use this actually conjunctive adverb or, otherwise, if, unless, etc. These are adverbs, no doubt. Number F, to introduce a statement or explanation. When we go for explaining something, we have to use these words. In fact, as a matter of fact, indeed, that is, etc. To summarize or introduce a conclusion, when we come to some. Sorry. So when we come to the conclusion, we have to write these words in brief, in short, clearly, in summary, in conclusion. In summary has come two times. To sum up as a conclusion, indeed, in all, to conclude in a nutshell, overall, at last, finally, last but not the least, etc. And to express cause, when we require to supply a cause or reason, we use these words for, because, since, as, because of, due to, when to, as a result of, as a consequence of, etc. To introduce a result, not cause, but the result of the effect. As a result, as a consequence, accordingly, consequentially, consequently, therefore, thus, hence, so, result in, cause, etc. There are various types of paragraph: descriptive paragraph, narrative paragraph, expository paragraph, argumentative paragraph, persuasive paragraph, definition paragraph, listing paragraph, example paragraph, comparison and contrast paragraph, cause and effect paragraph, chronological paragraph, classification paragraph. Now I don't like to go into details about this. Anyway, each type follows different individual technique. We know all these various kinds of paragraphs actually need their own different individual techniques to follow. That is another context. Now I am going to show you a paragraph that has followed all the rules that we have already discussed and come to know. All the things, all the rules that we have by this time come to know, and following all the rules, I have developed this paragraph in a very easy, lucid, understandable language, so that you can understand the context, the aspect, and all the rules to follow in developing the paragraph. Please try to understand with keen attention. My homeland, it's a narrative paragraph. Narrative paragraph means the paragraph that narrates a situation, that narrates an incident, but does not describe, but narrate. The name of my homeland, there are some certain questions. You see, there are as many as 5 questions. What is the name of your homeland? And write a paragraph of about 100 words, more than 100 words, not 150 words, it is better. Based on the following questions, your answers to the question should give as much detail as possible. What is the name of your homeland? What is the country located? When did your country become independent? What are the attractions of your country? What is most impressive of your country? Can you see here? So, name of homeland, location, when became independent, attractions of your country, most impressive of your country. So this is the aspect that I have to discuss or give focus on. What are the things that I have to give focus? Name, you see name, located or location, independent, when our country became independent, attractions of our country, most impressive things that you can notice in your country. These are the focus points of the paragraph. Anyway, the first topic sentence, you see, topic sentence always is about the subject. This is the subject, my home. Topic sentence must reflect the subject of the paragraph. The name of my homeland is Bangladesh. This is the topic sentence. And the capital of the country is Dhaka. It is an ancient city. These are the subtopic. Actually, the name, from the name to an ancient city, these three sentences actually constitute the topic, because all these three sentences give almost the same idea, or each sentence actually supplement the idea of the other. That is why these three sentences are topic sentence. First one is the topic sentence, then the other two subtopic sentence, because the second and third sentence actually supplement the first sentence, the idea of the first sentence. Anyway, or explain the idea of the first sentence, and then, as a matter of fact, you see, this is modulator. This is modulator, or these words or these phrases actually transit the context from one sentence to another sentence, but contribute to the development of the paragraph. That means all the sentences actually furnish or maintain psychological link to all other sentences here. As a matter of fact, or in fact, the same. Bangladesh is a South Asian country of moderate, beautiful climate. But the country was under the colonial rule of the British in the past. Though the British left the country in 1947, she could not become completely independent. In fact, she remained under intolerable discriminatory rule of the Pakistanis. In the long run, the country achieved her independence in 1971 after a bloody war with Pakistanis for 9 months. Anyway, the country is surrounded by India on 3 sides, and to the south is situated the Bay of Bengal. Location. To speak the truth, our country is a rare creation of God. Attractions. The nature seems to be a creative architect in our country. Indeed, she is busy exposing her beauty in everything all the year. All the year round. It's better to write all the year round. All the year round. So besides the biggest beach of the world, is on the southern part of the country. This is Cox's Bazar Sea Beach along the shore of the Bay of Bengal. It constitutes the biggest tourism attraction of the country. Another attraction of natural beauty is the Sundarbans. This is the biggest mangrove on earth. This great forest is situated on the west southern part of the country. This is a World Heritage Site. Besides, there are many beautiful buildings and structures of cultural and historical importance. The Shad Gambuz Mosque of Bagherhat is a very famous antique of the country. This mosque was built during Mughal period by Khan Ali, a great saint and social reformer of Islam. Moreover, Lal Bagh Fort, National Museum, Sonargaon Heritage Center, the Palace of the Isakha, the Parliament House, etc., are some of the gorgeous sights of our country. But most impressive, I am telling you the point. This is the most impressive part. This is the most impressive attraction. But apart from them all, the nature and her grand greeneries are most impressive and most eye-catching. I am repeating, but apart from them all, the nature and the grand greeneries are most impressive and most eye-catching. All of them enthrall, attract, charm me all the year round. I love my homeland more than my life. So I think you have understood you have got the point, you have understood the paragraph, and in order to make one understand that I have followed all the rules, I have given some examples here. You see, number one, topic, sentence, or introduction is underlined, and I have given in the beginning 3 sentences underlined, and the remaining from as a matter of fact to, you see, before but apart, these sentences are in you see, uh, italic. You say all these sentences are italicized, slanting, italicized, and these are the, as you see, developers. All these sentences are developers. That means all these sentences actually develop the topic idea or topic sentence, or the idea or the subject put in the topic sentence. And number 4, you see, red words are viewpoint or context modulators. All the red words, all these words have been used in the body of the, in the development of the paragraph, in order to shift the context from one sentence to another or maintain link to one another. And now at last we see, I have again used underline in the last 3 sentences, and all these 3 sentences are the conclusion of the paragraph. But apart from them, the nature and her grand granaries are most impressive and most eye-catching. All of them enthrall me all the year round. I love my homeland more than my life. Anyway, I think you have got the point from this discussion. And now I am going to discuss how to write a report. A report is a clear and concise document. It has particular purpose and is written on an event or an incident. Points to remember while writing reports. Use past tense. Don't use first person. Use indicative speech. Use passive voice, but sometimes we have to use active voice as well when we need. There are 2 types of report: formal report and newspaper report. Now I am going through the rules of writing formal reports. A short formal report is suitable for investigations, case studies, experiments, etc. that are reported to seniors or authorities. It is usually a 5-section composition. Formal reports can be submitted in schools, colleges, universities, organizations, and companies. The report consists of informal information organized in a set prescribed pattern. And now you try to understand the basic features of a formal report. That means how we write, how we give format of a formal report. The report always states with, from, to, date. It states the name of the writer, the name of the person the report is being addressed to, and the date of the writer of the report. The report must have a title or a subject. This indicates what the report is about. The first section of the report is the introduction. It outlines what the writer was asked to do, as well as names the person who ordered the report. It also states the date by which the writer must submit the report. That means the date of the submission report. The second section shows the steps taken by the writer. This may include visits to places, interviews, surveys, etc. The third section of the report consists of the findings. After investigations, we have got some findings. This forms the core part of the report. If the information is lengthy, It is often presented under subheadings. The fourth section is the conclusion of the report. Actually, this is the fifth section. Actually, this is the fourth section. This is the fourth. The second, third, and fourth. I'm sorry, it's okay. The first section, the second section, the third section, and the fourth section. The writer arrives at a conclusion based on the findings. The fifth section contains the recommendations and suggestions of the writer. The report may also contain a section that provides further information for the person to whom the report is addressed. The report ends with the writer's name and designation. They are written on the left-hand corner of the page. Example, there is an example of formal report. Suppose you have recently started to conduct a campaign on the plastic awareness campaign in a neighboring areas of your college. The principal of your college has asked you to submit a report on the story of your activities and success in the campaign. Now write a report on it. I'm sorry, on it. And as I've already reported you, as I already told you, we have to use from. The report is from Ramisa Ronak, our student. Ramisa Ronak, and she is writing to the principal, Indian University School and College, Kuwait campus, Dhaka 1000, date 18 July, as I have composed this on 18 July 2020. And then comes, you see, this is the topic for the subject, plastic awareness campaign, and you see the topic is written all in capital letters. You see, the topic or the title must be written in capital letters. So keep this thing in mind. Keep this thing in mind that you have to write the title is in the capital letters. Lately, you asked me to submit, you means the principal. Lately, you asked me to submit a short report on the plastic awareness campaign that I have led in the neighboring areas. I have started leading. It is better say I have started leading. It is better say I have started leading. Yes, I have started leading in the neighboring areas of our college. You asked me to submit it within a week at the start of the campaign. At the start of the campaign, my campaign শুরু হবার শুরুতেই, within a week at the start of the campaign. ক্যাম্পেইনটি শুরু হওয়ার এক সপ্তাহের মধ্যে জমা দিতে বলেছিলেন. So till now I have entered into the body. Till now, the plastic awareness campaign has been held in 12 schools and colleges in the capital city. Workshops, interactive sessions, and pamphlets are an integral part of the campaign. Students of all ages have shown keen interest to our campaign. So far, more than 200 students from a number of educational institutions have joined us and are working with great devotion to encourage people to use plastic things sensibly. Many more students from various local institutions enroll their names in the workshop every day, conducted by Mr. Mustafizur Rahman, assistant professor, and some of our students. The participants are being asked to find out alternatives of plastic to use in their daily life. They are also given advice to be careful about the disposal of plastic articles. Moreover, the conductors are explaining how plastic objects are polluting our environment and how dangerous they are for human health. The overall response of the students to the campaign is very much positive and inspiring for arranging such many volunteer and welfare activities. I would like to recommend that the campaign should continue for another month. This will make it possible to educate the students of the city about the ways how to avoid using plastic things in their daily life. It would also be helpful if they are taught to make paper bags using newspapers, useless books, magazines, etc. I believe that we can make the plastic awareness campaign a running success in our capital. I will submit another report to you at the end of the program in case of the campaign is extended. Ramisa, campaign leader. Now I'm going to newspaper report. The first one is formal report written by Ramisa to the principal of our college. And now we're going to discuss a newspaper report. A newspaper report is a factual account of events. Factual has come from fact. Factual account of events written in an objective manner. It explains a real life event in plain language. Language must be plain to understand. It presents a lot. It presents a lot of information, but does not use a lot of words. So we have got the idea that there is a lot of information, but not a lot of words. Less words, more information. This is very important for newspaper report. It includes quotations from key people who are witnesses or part of the story. While it usually takes the form of an article, it can also be the form of a short story. Format or structure of a newspaper report. Number one, headline. Topic, top middle position. Headlines is always set on the top middle position of the page. Number two, opening paragraph. Who, what, when, where. So opening paragraph actually gives the answer of these four W questions. Who, what, when, where. Number three comes why. You have to give reasons why this is happening. Number four, people involved, experts, feedback. Number five, conclusion. And you see the format in figure. Headline in capital letter. You see headline in capital letter. Then place, name of the place. Then date. Then comes body. Body includes introduction, main content, and conclusion. And introduction actually covers what, who, when, where. This is the first line. Second line comes why. Third line, but these the lines can be more than one or two or three lines. Volunteers participation. It's the main content, how the event is started and what were the highlights of the event. Summarize the end of the event with a positive note. You have to give a positive note so that the people are encouraged. You are not to discourage the people. Basic features of a newspaper report. A newspaper report begins with an appropriate headline. The opening sentence of the newspaper report us about elaboration the opening sentence of the newspaper report us about the headline about the headline. The name of the place and date must also be mentioned in the report. Any other relevant information must be added to the newspaper report. All the facts mentioned in the newspaper report must be accurate. So accuracy is a very important question here. The newspaper report should be written objectively without any bias. The newspaper report must contain the views of the people concerned. A newspaper must not be lengthy. The proper conclusion is essential for a newspaper report. So these are the main or basic features of a newspaper report. Now we are coming to example. A paragraph and a report on the same subject that show the contrast and comparisons between them. I have written for say a report. First report. Suppose you are a staff reporter of the Daily Star. Yesterday evening, a terrible road accident occurred at Gazipur. Now write a report on it. So it's a report, and it's a newspaper report, not formal. It's a newspaper report, and you see I have maintained all the rules. Gazipur, the place has come, then date, and reported by Umme Tasna, or another student, staff reporter at the Daily Star. This is the topic sentence. A terrible road accident. You see here, 4 died in road accident. A terrible accident, road accident, occurred between a rickshaw and a car on 17 July 2020 towards the end of the day at the Chaurasta Mode area of Gazipur. This is the topic sentence. The driver of the car was drunk and was driving recklessly, resulting in the accident. 2 passengers of the rickshaw and the rickshaw puller were killed on the spot, and passerby died. And a passerby died in the hospital. More than 6 other passersby were injured. The condition of the 3 of them is still critical, and the other 3 were released after first aid. The motor vehicle involved in the accident was a Toyota car, and the driver was driving at a great speed. As a result, he failed to control his car, and while taking turn at the mode to avoid a careless passerby walking along the highway, an ill-fated rickshaw was coming from the opposite direction and could not notice the speedy car. With a cracking sound, the car hit the rickshaw that got smashed instantly and turned over. It turned over the walking passerby. And it is better say ran over. Ran over the walking passerby. The highway police reached the spot then and there and took the injured to the local health complex. They also seized the car and its driver. A case was filed with the local police station. Moreover, the district commissioner formed an inquiry committee in this regard. Later, the police found an empty bottle of wine along with a glass. They seized them and formed another committee for further investigation. People believe that, it's a positive note you see here, positive note, people believe that the authorities will take proper steps to control such fatal accidents. I think you have got the idea how we have to develop a report It's a newspaper report, and all the ideas, all the information are accurate, correct, because there is no scope to give false information. Because if you go to the newspaper, and then you see there is a paragraph on the same subject, a tragic road accident. But the title is not the same, but the subject is same. Wording is different. A tragic road accident here, but you see how the title of the report has been written. 4 died in a road accident in at Gazipur. So it's more striking. You see the effects or the uh, sequence or the effects of the accident actually is given or reflected in the very title of the report. 4 died in road accident. So the title itself is focusing the tragic incident. 4 died, but the paragraph does not actually reflect the uh, event in such a way as we have given in the report. A tragic road accident, but not the number of the people dead. Accidents are a common sight, and there are questions easy to follow. What is the common sight on the roads of big cities? What are the usual reasons behind the road accidents? What did experience? What did you hope? Yes, what did you? What did we experience happening to see an accident? Who came forward to help the victims? What did you feel experiencing the tragic accident? These are the questions. And giving answer to the questions, you have to form the paragraph. So accidents are common sight on the roads of big and busy cities of Bangladesh. This is the topic sentence. But it is noticed most in the capital city of Dhaka. This is subtitle, subtopic sentence, not title. In fact, there are many factors that play roles behind so many accidents here. Some of the factors are poor roads, rash and reckless driving, you see, and careless and irresponsible implementation of traffic rules. Last week, I happened to see a tragic accident involving a truck and a car. I was going to the new market and it was raining tough. As my bus reached the Bolaga Cinema Hall gate, I saw a huge crowd gathered on the 4 road crossing point. As it was a stoppage, our bus slowed down there to let passengers get down. Then I saw a truck standing on the road. It had broken the police stand. The people were standing in a big circle around the crossing point, and a smashed car had fallen down the north side road. Police and some passers-by were untiringly trying to pull out the people from the damaged car. Within a short time, an ambulance with medical team arrived at the spot of accident. They all at last pulled out all the people from the inside of the ill-fated car. Finally, it was seen that the driver of the car and the woman were killed. Other 3 were injured at different degrees and were taken to medical college, Dhaka Medical College Hospital. According to some eyewitnesses, The cause of the accident was the poor visibility caused by heavy rain and the speed of the truck. No one expects such situations anywhere at any cost. For some time, I forgot my job in the new market and kept pondering over the sorry state of safety indoors. So this is the paragraph you see. Paragraph, this is the topic sentence, and all other sentences in the body actually support the topic sentence, and I have come to the conclusion with a great impression on my mind of the accident. What was my mind, or how I felt after the accident? I have mentioned in the last sentence I forgot my job in the neighborhood and kept pondering means thinking over the sorry state of safety indoors. And then anyway, my time is over. As my time is over, and I have written another pair of one paragraph and one report of the same subject. The paragraph is on a book fair. This paragraph and this is a report on book fair. So in my upcoming class, I will be presented with you. I will present with you, before you with the remaining, and I will try to make you understand. I don't know how many of you are still present with me. Anyway, I hope you have understood my class. And after the end, I will send the materials to you in PDF form so that you can download all the information, all the things in favor of you, and take preparation for the exam. So thank you very much. And with the request, thank you very much. The request to stay at home safe, and if it is not essential, don't go out of your residence. So I hope, I pray to God, pray to Allah that you live sound without any problem with your family. Thank you very much.